So please welcome Brett St.Clair, who's the head of products for Sub-Saharan Africa.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So guys, I'm really uncomfortably excited because this is a huge change. We are changing the world. There's a big shift happening now, and what I'm really excited about is this is the first time we get to take a whole group of people and start doing a moonshot. What I love about it is South Africans also take moonshots. Elon Musk, space station. We're bold, we're brave, and we want to iterate beyond just 10%, but go for that tenfold. Try something so big, think so differently that you're doing a moonshot. And our CEO, Larry Page, about 6 weeks ago, did an interview with Wired magazine where he spoke about some of Google's moonshot approaches and how we like to iterate, but we also put aside time and effort and resource and thinking on how do we moonshot the world. So I'm going to talk a bit about some of the key moonshot or Project X projects that we've got going. Driverless cars. Now think about what Google is. We're a search engine with some video properties, with some map properties, with some Gmail or mail properties, and all of a sudden we think, you know what? Why not build a driverless car? Now that's surely moonshot thinking. It is so far beyond what we do. But we have a lot of tool sets, like maps, like Street View, that can really help us guide cars in a driverless manner to make life better, safer. So that's one of our moonshots. Now that's fairly obvious. What other moonshots have we been taking? For me in the mobile space, it's been Android as a key moonshot approach. So you start thinking about when did Android happen? Back in 2008. Back then we had just acquired YouTube, we were getting that right, DoubleClick. We were really focusing on advertising. We realized we needed to do something to change this whole ecosystem. iPhone was doing a phenomenal job at scaling the high end and making huge changes in the smartphone arena. But how could we take this to the whole globe? How could we change the world? And that's where the idea of Android and acquiring Android and growing that into an open source operating system. Suddenly, we're in the mobile operator space. Suddenly, we're in the handset manufacturer space. And we're trying to change the world by bringing cheap devices, connecting the next 5 billion people. And that's a serious moonshot. So mobile's evolving really quickly, and we start thinking about where's the next step on mobile? We've got smart devices that are mini supercomputers in our pockets. So we start thinking about wearable technology. Everyone want a glasses by any chance? It's only $1,500. Super cool product. Again, a moonshot idea. How do we take these technologies and make it wearable, make it usable, integrate it into people's lives, make their lives better? And I'm sure most of you have seen the videos. We've showed a demo video before we even launched the product to get everyone excited. And I remember too also looking at this video going, are they nuts? What are they doing? I don't understand. What's going on here? This is sci-fi stuff. And 2 months later, we demonstrated it in our I/O developers platform, where we had guys jumping out of airships, all of them with glasses on, in a Google Hangout Air, flying down, landing on the roof of a building, guys hopping onto mountain bikes, jumping over things, guys scaling down the side of the building, all with their Google glasses on. And everyone at that I/O conference got the opportunity to buy one. So this world is changing very quickly. What we're currently faced with at the moment is a world of multi-devices. Our TV, our mobile phones, which have varying screen sizes. Anyone got a phablet? Phablet. You're all phablets. Different size of screens on your mobile devices. Your laptop is now a mobile device. The desktop has gone mobile. TV screens are being connected. Who's got an internet-connected TV? Anyone got an internet-connected TV? Has anyone tried to use it? Try streaming YouTube to it, using your mobile device to control the content and playlists that you're getting from YouTube onto your TV. So this world is changing very quickly. And how is this affecting our daily lives? How does this affect businesses and how businesses can start working with the consumer? So this consumer behavior is shifting radically. And the reason why is we're sitting with many people who are now always connected. And this is even in South Africa. We look at search queries. Everyone starts in the morning with some search queries on their mobile devices, shift to their desktop devices as they hit work. You can see when people log off because desktop devices traffic plummets at lunchtime and everyone gets back onto their mobile devices. You can see in Cape Town when the traffic logs off there because at 3:30 everyone's going home. Joburg's about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And then we have a much more prolonged usage of our mobile device searches as we're stuck in traffic, especially if you live in four-ways. Anyone get stuck in traffic this morning? Do any search queries? Crazy. So what we're doing is we're starting to search for everything. Why? Because we're always connected. I can search for anything I want at any time of the day, wherever I am. I could be looking for products. I could be looking for directions. I could be looking for food. I could be looking for friends. This is happening whether it's 5 o'clock in the morning, whether it's 7:30 in the evening, and it's happening anywhere. It's happening on mobile devices. It's happening on tablets. It's happening on desktops. It's happening in Cape Town. It's happening in four-ways. It's happening all over the show. So what's this change? These are moments that are being captured. People are wanting to learn about information, improve their lives, and these moments are vitally important. But these moments at the moment are coming through devices. And what's really important is to realize that it's the people behind the devices that are important. The moments that people are experiencing behind the devices. She's on her way home, Kim. She's thinking, you know what, I can't be bothered to make any food, so I'm going to order pizza. I'm going to do a search request. It's about 7:30 while I'm walking home to find the nearest pizza joint. Now, these moments are happening to millions of people. Literally, we're over 1 billion smartphone users globally. We have over 11 million smartphone users in South Africa, and it's accelerating incredibly quickly. So, what's so important about this is relevance. We're all marketers. Is that not one of the key things we strive for? Because finding the right information based on the context is so vitally important. So we can see Kim there, who's looking on her mobile phone for pizzas at 7:30. Then we've got Bob and his mates who are chilling at home, probably watching or playing poker or whatever they're doing, and he's grabbing a tablet and he's looking for pizza for his mates, poker maybe. Then we've got Tim, who's doing a search on his desktop. He's most likely hungover, eating pizza at that time in the morning. So everyone's in a different circumstance, a different moment, and they're doing different requests, even though everyone's looking for the same pizza. But what's different is where they are, what are they doing, and what moment are they sharing. So what is the implication to business? And that's the exciting part. How do we engage with this consumer? Because these two worlds of offline and online are coming together. And that's the really exciting moonshot approach. So we know the more relevant that we can engage, or relevant moment that we can engage with the consumer, the better the results are of our products, of our advertising. Are we all agreed on that? So we're not going to be saying, guys, let's engage with you when you're looking for soap and I'm going to sell you insurance products. That is by no means relevant unless you drop the soap and you slip on it. And then that's catching a serious moment. So what did search give us? So the last 5, 6, 7 years, we've gotten really good at working on intent. So we all know that search is all about intent. I want something. I want a pizza. I want insurance. I want soap. So intent has been very, very powerful. Now along comes context. So where is this person? What device are they on? Now this is really important to look at the device in a very different way. It's not about I'm on a BlackBerry or I'm on an iPhone. It's about I'm on a mobile device, therefore I am on the go. Very different moment. I'm on a desktop device or a tablet, therefore I'm sitting at home or I'm sitting at work, but I'm static. So think about the moments. The combination of these two is not just an additional effect, but it's a multiplier. It's a huge amount of moments and intersections and targeting that are starting to happen. So let's have a look at this again. So relevance is not a one-size-fits-all kind of solution, because we're both looking for pizza. One person's downtown and looking for pizza on the go, and would like to make a call to that person or to the pizza owner that's nearby. Whereas Tim is sitting at home hungover. And they're looking for something different. They're looking for specials. They're looking for delivery. And they're not interested in making a call. So in the past, we've been using our devices as a proxy for context. What do I mean by that? How often have you been in a meeting with an advertiser and they've said, I want to target a high LSM, and you go, you know what, I think we should target iPhones. Yes. Because iPhones are most likely going to be the high LSM, are most likely going to be the people who are using data, are most likely, and we're making a lot of assumptions. We're trying to interpret based on the device type, what that moment, what that context will be. But it's getting more and more complicated. Look at the different screen sizes that are starting to appear. We've got a 3-inch, we've got a 4-inch, we've got a 5-inch, we've got a 6-inch, a 7-inch, a 10-inch. All these devices are starting to blur. So it's becoming more and more difficult to think about what device relates to what context. So how is that affecting the way that we market? Because what we're also seeing is that people are using these different size devices, different types of devices, in very different ways. So I love this diagram, because you're watching someone could come online on their mobile device. They could do a search request, the intent on the way home, but they get home and they could decide to do more research on a tablet. But later in the evening, they decide, you know what, I'm actually going to buy this particular product, but I'm going to buy it on my desktop. Very difficult to figure out who the same person is and how do we manage it. In South Africa, we're already seeing 39% of all searches that happen on smartphones are actually converting on desktop. So the Holy Grail here is to simplify this process. The Holy Grail is to essentially track what each user is doing across all these different devices. Because really, the user doesn't care. It's convenience of which device the user picks up. And think about your own use of your mobile phone to desktop, to tablet. I think I've got about 15 different device types, and I often have them all stacked up here. And it does become a problem which one I use when, and I often let it happen based on what's charged or not. But it's getting more complex. So this is where we've come up with the concept of enhanced campaigns. And the idea there is to help you reach the people in the moments that matter. Get the right advertising in front of the right person at the right time. Because relevancy is so incredibly important. And we're doing this by using smarter ad units. We're doing this by using very powerful marketing tools. And we're doing this by giving you a vast amount of advanced reporting. I think I've just mentioned everything I've just said there. So let's jump to what we mean by powerful tools. So at the moment, you've got to separate out campaigns to target different devices, whether it's desktop or mobile or tablets. And what we're doing is we're saying, let's simplify. Let's bring it into one campaign. Why are we running multiple campaigns? But let's give you the opportunity to look at the contextual elements and base the performance of the advertising around that. Now, you have been able to do a lot of this already, but it's super complicated to do. So now we've made it simple by using things called bid adjustments. So let's walk through an example. Here's Kim. She's on a mobile device. So it's really important to the pizza owner that they get preference on the impressions. So they're up mobile by 10%. So all their campaigns or all their ad units will increase their bids by 10%. Location is vitally important because she is on the go. So let's make sure that we're able to reach her in the vicinity of where our retail outlets are. And time is kind of important because, we want to capture at any time of the day. However, when we look at Tim, he's on a laptop. That's okay. A lot of traffic's coming through laptops, so we're not going to make any changes there. We want to target people in Mountain View. Well, not really. They're not really buying pizzas. So we're actually going to strip out pizzas because, Mountain View doesn't seem to be a great pizza joint. But what's really important for us is as we're heading into, say, dinner time. So let's make sure we leave Mountain View out and everyone else we're going to target around dinner time. And it's great because when you talk to business owners and you talk to advertisers, when they talk to you, they're asking for audiences. They're asking for the moment that audience is in. And often we sit there going, yeah, sure, that's possible. It's not really until now. So we've made really easy, with some easy tools that expose all this reporting at campaign level, for you to be able to instantly look at the results of your campaign. Is a particular country or region or area outperforming? In that case, let's up our bids. But if, Benoni is just misfiring at the moment, let's get rid of it totally by putting a minus 100 bid on it. So you're getting lots of control and flexibility. With that, we're adding smarter ads. So what does smarter ads mean? It means like if the ad is being shown on a mobile device, and I've got a telephone number that people can call, rather than route it directly just to a Mobi site, let's actually take the call. And a call button appears, and it takes it straight to either the nearest retail outlet or to your call center if you've got a national call center. But it's relevant. The ad units are getting smarter. They're getting more relevant. We're starting to add scheduling because if time of day is so incredibly important, let's make sure we're talking to the consumer at the right moment with the right message. So we're allowing now scheduling of extensions. So in this case, we've got a midday Friday. We've really got a lunchtime special running on all our extensions. Versus a Saturday evening, we've got dinner deliveries, we've got delivery maps, we've got what else we've got? We've got salads. Who's going to buy a salad at a pizza joint? We've started separating out site links, making them individual so you can really control the type of message and content that's being delivered to the consumer at ad group level and campaign level, giving you a huge amount of control. And what I love about it is that we're now allowing you to also measure and see how site links are performing. But that also means they're being moderated individually. So a lot of guys used to open it up and say, I'm going after real estate and I'm just going to put in a whole lot of bum links in there. Can't do that anymore. You need to be relevant, and relevant. We're also saying that we've got to change the way we measure conversion. Because no longer is a click a link and land on a page and enter your details relevant from a conversion point of view. We need to make conversions relevant in the real world. So let's start measuring call conversions. So if a call is longer than 90 seconds, you can stipulate that I want it longer than 90 seconds. I'm going to measure that as a call conversion. Unfortunately, it's not available in South Africa yet because we need Google Voice. But you can see where we're going. We're going to open that up. Whoops. Anyone want a Microsoft update? bust. Digital downloads are important because we're now on devices where we want to consume media, whether they're apps, and we're starting to do that now for iOS, who finally made it easy to track the stuff, literally a week ago. You can track any downloads from any app store, whether it's Play, whether it's iTunes. We're also making available books and music to be tracked. So that's going to be super important because it allows record labels now to advertise and drive sales of their goods rather than relying on the stores to promote and push and their search algorithms in the stores. They can promote and push their own content onto all these smart devices. What's coming is in-store offers. This is awesome. We can start tracking the consumer from when they saw an offer all the way through to when they converted in the store. This is very new. We're running trials at the moment. We're going to be trying to scale this as quickly as we can. But that's awesome. How many of your customers have a retail experience and want to get into digital but can't justify the conversion? And in my favorite, it's cross-device. Because as we move from one query, one moment on a mobile device to another moment on a tablet and converting on a desktop, for instance, you need to know who that consumer is. A cookie is not going to help you because at the moment we see it as 3 different people. So how do we solve that problem? How do we make sure that we know someone's seen a banner ad and then did a search on their tablet and converted on their desktop? Cross-device attribution, incredibly powerful. And then as we get to the end of this, we realize you guys work incredibly hard. And we usually make things more difficult for our agencies. So we're saying, at the moment, to do what we're trying to do, you end up splitting out campaigns. You can have 3 campaigns separated out for mobile, tablet, and WAP, and desktop, of course. And then you want to target different locations. If you've got 10 different locations, you could end up with 40 campaigns. If you wanted to target different day parts, times of day, 2 of them, you end up with 80 campaigns. So we're making this work within 1 campaign. It saves time, makes it a hell of a lot more efficient, and we're making it easy and simple to manage by giving you access at campaign level rather than all the way down in the depths of the engine. So guys, I'm really pleased that Google is taking a moonshot approach to the world of offline and online coming together. We're taking a bold move. We're moving very quickly. And it's the first time we've taken all our agencies, all our advertisers with us on this huge moonshot.